What is Avalanche? Top Ethereum rival. Since its launch in September 2020, Avalanche has raised eyebrows with its unbelievable scalability. Crypto enthusiasts consider Avalanche the Ethereum killer because it eliminates the high gas fee and low TPS constraint of the Ethereum network. What is Avalanche? Created by Avalabs, Avalanche is a smart contract-based protocol that is compatible and similar to the Ethereum network in many ways. It is an alternative to Ethereum users and buyers looking for low fees, high sustainability, and scalability options. Avalanche instantly became popular because it was the first crypto protocol with capacities near to PayPal and Visa, which no other blockchain has achieved as yet. The protocol is also used to create decentralized applications and subnets, which allows unlimited blockchain developments. Ethereum killer. Avalanche is compared to Ethereum because of its smart contract and the programming language. Avalanche uses Solidity, which is considered one of the highly used programming languages. Not only that, Solidity is the main programming language of Ethereum's network as well. The fact that it supports smart contracts and uses Solidity opens opportunities for many programmers who have worked on Ethereum's platform. This also makes it possible for programmers to build or bring dApps from Ethereum's platform to Avalanche. DIRECTED-ACYCLIC-GRAPH or DAG-based network. Now, before we jump onto the features of this blockchain, let's first see how this blockchain distinguishes itself from others. In a normal blockchain, a block is added to the chain which contains sets of transactions. These blocks are placed one after another, in chronological order after being validated successfully. The reason why this blockchain concept is not scalable is that the block cannot be added to the chain until transactions are validated and approved, and the chain has to wait for the next blocks to build further, as they cannot overlap or build in a different order. This increases the time and decreases the overall throughput of the network. However, in the case of Avalanche DAG, the blocks are not added to the chain one after another, but they are added in a pattern. In other words, Avalanche is basically not a blockchain, but a directed acyclic graph, DAG. In a DAG protocol, the transactions are linked to one another in a graphical shape, in which the system can add 2 or 3 transactions in parallel. The transactions in this system do not need to wait for the prior transactions to be approved. This allows the protocol to make multiple viable blockchains in parallel, which makes the protocol highly scalable. Speaking of scaling, we're trying to scale our channel. If you find value in this video so far, please hit the subscribe button. This encourages us to produce beneficial content for you. We thank you for that support. The Avalanche consensus model is basically the hybrid of the Byzantine fault tolerance model and the Nakamoto consensus model of Bitcoin. The Byzantine fault tolerance model is a consensus model people used for a long while to come to a conclusion based on the information they had. Then, in 2009, Bitcoin came along with the proof of work mechanism, which in many ways is better than the Byzantine model. We have an entire video on that, so we will not explain in this video. Avalanche consensus mechanism works differently, and it combines the best from both. This model requires the validators to agree on one single decision to validate the transaction. To validate the transaction, the validator surveys a small group of validators to discuss and reach a single decision on consensus. This project continues till every validator has the same opinion. A good analogy to use is, imagine we are working in a crowded stadium and we don't know each other. We pick 10 random people and do a poll on whether we should pick green or yellow. Maybe 8 of them will choose yellow, so in this case we will also think that the whole stadium is leaning towards yellow based on one round of polling. Based on this, we will add our weight to what we perceive as the heavier weight, which is yellow. This repeats again for everyone else, and you can see how everyone will choose yellow at the end after a few rounds of polling. So millions of validators are available at once on the platform, and many transactions can be validated simultaneously, which makes the protocol scale. Minimizing the time to finality was one of the main goals of Amin Cyber, the founder of Avalanche. Ethereum can handle 15 transactions per second, while Bitcoin can only finalize 7 transactions per second with an hour-long finality time. Avalanche can handle 4,500 transactions each second, and the finality time is 2 seconds. Not only that, these 4,500 transactions of Avalanche are not for the entire protocol, but just for one subnet. The protocol is able to handle many subnets at once. Concept of subnet. While most ecosystems like Solana have failed miserably in achieving scalability, DAG and subnet allows Avalanche to scale without being congested. A subnet is a new network in the Avalanche ecosystem, and each subnet can have multiple blockchains. The creators who want to create new chains stake their Avalanche coins and get permission to create their own blockchain. Validators then secure this blockchain by reaching a consensus. This subnet feature will take Avalanche to the next level, as the platform will then have its own DeFi protocol, NFTs, and Web 3.0 games. These subnets are also very adaptable. You can use a different virtual machine, consensus model, or even make your chain permissioned or permissionless. In simple words, Avalanche is a protocol that consists of networks of subnets. Architecture of Avalanche. Another milestone was achieved by Avalanche when it introduced a 3-layer structure. When Ethereum introduced its Layer 2 scaling solution, crypto users were skeptical of the change as the data was taken away from the main chain. Also, that transaction was super complex and gave the blockchain an entirely new approach. But this was not the case with Avalanche. It's still a Layer 1 protocol, but it has achieved scalability and security similar to Layer 2 solutions. The 3-layer system allows the protocol to be many times faster than other protocols. The 3 chains in Avalanche are X-chain, C-chain, and P-chain, and each of them have their own function. The X-chain is a chain that is dedicated to the coins or tokens. This chain handles all the tasks related to coin creation, their management, and their transactions. The C-chain is responsible for tasks related to smart contracts. These C-chains are very similar to Ethereum virtual machines. It's so similar that Ethereum's programs can be moved to Avalanche's blockchain without any problem. The third is the P-chain, or the platform or protocol chain. This chain takes care of the staking mechanism, coordinates with the validators, and manages subnets. Tokenomics. Avalanche comes under the top 20 cryptocurrencies in the world, but it is slowly making its way to the top 10. AVAX is the coin that is used on the platform for staking, paying, transaction fees, or for the creation of a new blockchain. To become a validator on this platform, one needs to stake 2,000 AVAX to run their validator node. The current market price of this coin is $16, and 4.69 billion is the total market capitalization. There is a max supply of 720 million coins, which makes AVAX a deflationary asset. The highest recorded price of AVAX was $134, but the coin has seen a serious downfall for the last 6 months. One of the reasons for this downfall has been the association with Luna Foundation, as after the Luna crash, the AVAX also faced the consequences. LFG had bought another 2 million AVAX, which made it one of the top AVAX holders. In March 2022, Avalanche announced a $290 million incentive for developers who are willing to create blockchains on the Avalanche network. The adaptability and interoperability of the protocol make it even easier for programmers to bring apps to the AVAX platform. With that being said, the protocol is growing at a good pace and is implementing new technologies that are adaptable to different blockchains. The newly introduced Core Wallet feature will make it easy for users to perform transactions on the ecosystem. The team seems optimistic as they know they will eventually get to the top. That's all the time we have for Avalanche. Are you excited to see the coin get to the top again? Or do you think it is impossible to cover the loss? Let us know in the comment section below. And check out our video on Algorand, a 3rd-generation blockchain protocol also touted as an Ethereum killer. See you there!